Okay, friends. Hi, it's Angie, and I'm going to pray first. Lord, just put a burning coal on my lips like the angel did. I think it was to the prophet Jeremiah, or it might have been Isaiah, that he might have the courage to speak. And also I invite the Holy Spirit to set a guard upon my lips, that I not say anything out of turn. This is part one of a deep dive into how an NHS doctor, consultant, scammed me and my son to the tune of $4,500 and has now blocked us both, having lied and defrauded and misled and broken laws to do with pyramid schemes. So it reminds me a little bit of when I documented 7 years of the Kenya project under huge attack from paid trolls at like Hoaxted Research. And although I'm glad, I need to publish that still, but although I'm glad I did that and cleared my name and my colleagues' names, I missed out on doing an interview with Max Spears, and shortly after he died. And I felt like it was a distraction, but robbing me of $2,500 is one thing, but I'm disabled, but robbing my disabled son, just starting out in life with a family, that's when I go to bat. Anybody that knows me that knows that I won't always fight for myself, but I certainly will for my children. So this may be tedious, but for the sake of documentation, I'm going to go through all communications since May 2021, when my friend suggested I join her in a pyramid scheme. And it's resulted in me being lost $2,500 and my son $2,000. So, and unable to even try and rescue something from the cryptocurrency club pyramid scheme, because when I tried to join a training Zoom, Diane Phillips, as she goes by, I suspect she may have a different name, her upline manager, who lives 5 miles from her and she's known for years, Ronal Hepburn, ejected me from the Zoom meeting. So we've reached an impasse, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna break it. So here we go, share screen. That's a very interesting show I was watching. Here we go. Right, apologies to anybody on the left-hand side, but this is serious. So back on the 9th of May, 2021, we'll start here, and I may occasionally stop screen share just once or twice when, for instance, Diane gave me Ronal Hepburn's bank details. I don't want to deliberately dox or get this evidence bundle taken down by YouTube. So here we go. So on the 9th of May, 2021, Diane says, Ronal Hepburn is inviting you to a scheduled Zoom meeting. This is the hook. This is where you are rah-rahed into. And then Diane says, are you clear what we're doing? And I told her I was busy. And I said, I'm not really understanding. I do have diagnosis of ADHD and CPTSD and DID and all the rest of it. So I made it clear from the beginning that if I got involved, it would be based on trust of what I thought was my friend of 7 years standing, and not based on expertise. Right. And I think I had what they call COVID at the time as well. Right, let's make sure I don't, it took me ages to trace back to this, so let's use this manually. Uh-oh, don't say we've frozen. Oh God. It's so hard to retrieve evidence from Messenger. For some reason, they don't like you doing it. Right. Why is it frozen? Go back here. I could get it here, but it's much smaller. Let's go here for a while until it unfreezes. So anyway, on the 30th of April, I said I was battered and bruised and on an emotional roller coaster. And she says, what's happening? And then I said, today's drama is my son's car broke down. Anyway, blah, blah. I said, I got a small inheritance from my mother. 2 days later, my eldest is asking me to buy him another car. And then my friend who has said she was a prayer partner says, praying, but I might already have the answer to your prayers. So I said, okay, shoot. She says, are you on WhatsApp? That's interesting. Why switch to WhatsApp? Why does it need to be secretive when you're going to introduce me to a pyramid scheme? And I said, give me 10. Otherwise, send me your email again. And then that didn't work. Just send a link by email. And I said, I'm utterly exhausted and wonder if I'm on second wave of COVID, but we'll try and make it. Don't worry if you can't, though. We could do Thursday instead, if that's easier. This is the grooming phase. And I said, I ache all over. And she says, what do you think? So I think I joined a recruitment Zoom with herself and Renal Hepburn, her friend who lives 5 miles up the road from her and who she's known for years and who is a VIP member of this fast changing pyramid scheme because it keeps changing its name, its website, and so on. It keeps collapsing and reinventing itself multiple times since myself and my son got recruited. I said right from the get-go, I trust word of mouth and I trust you. Talking to Diane, who has allegedly been my friend since 2015. I said, I've missed the boat so many times in terms of being afraid to take risks. I will invest. Was the $500 or sterling? So the minimum investment was $500. Immediately, Renal had said, oh, you're much better off going for 2,000. Just go in hard. And I was a bit anxious about that. And then Diane replies, dollars. For me, that was £384.16 sterling on the 5th of December, 2020, which is when she first got involved. Today, that is worth 30,000 with 960 on my rewards line because I'm setting up my first withdrawal. So she's saying she originally invested $500, 384 sterling. It's turned into 30 grand and 960 to withdraw. So now what date did she say that? So it's actually against the law to give your own personal gains in pyramid schemes unless you provide a documented. That was on the 4th of May, 2021. So she says that. I said, oh, well, I wanted to invest €800. So no idea what that is. And we'll probably reinvest for a year because part of the pitch was invest until November 2022, when the company will be floated on the stock market and we'll all be millionaires. So she's, that's brilliant. Just under 1,000 for €800. So I've already been kind of moved from $500 investment to 1,000, and you'll see it goes up and up. So I said, my ADHD is kicking in. So how do I make a payment? I will make it up to $1,000. Like, I'm inclined to go to bed now, but happy to pay somebody $1,000. It's a pyramid. It is a pyramid scheme, which my headmaster advised against. But the Bible says there will be an end time transfer of wealth. And then Diane says, we need to set you up with a registered membership first. Shall we do that tomorrow when we have more time? I can set up a 3-way Zoom call, Renal. I said, yes, I'm really tired. And then she says, I think that this is the same business model as Avon. Oh my goodness. Avon. And they've been going for years. Yes, they have, as a pyramid scheme. The idea is to arrive at the stock market flotation in December 2022 with a customer base already in place, as this will drive up the share price. Now, that's part of her pitch. Back on what date? Anyway, May. It's May 2021. So I said, yeah, Avon was one of the original pyramid schemes my headmaster disapproved of, Mr. Fleming at Fitzmaurice Grammar. But I know the Bible talks about the wealth of the wicked being laid up for the just, and time transfer of wealth. I said, I never gamble. And then I said, I'm busy. And she said, whatever suits you. See, it's all grooming whenever it works for you. Like now, or even until they both blocked myself and my son, if I asked for a three-way Zoom with Diane and Ronelle, it was almost impossible. But here at the recruitment phase, it's, oh, whenever suits you, we're available, no problem. So then Diane says, if we can get you set up with a membership registration and do the money, but when Ronelle is free, it should take 30 minutes max for both sessions. If you want to set up your account, go to h5thehyperfund.com. Now it's changed its name 3, 4, 5 times since then, which according to research is just pyramids collapsing and new pyramids being set up. If you click on new registration, it will take you to the registration page. You will need an account name, all lowercase, and a password. Your invitation code is Super Kushla, which is the name of one of Diane's 3 dogs, but without the quotation marks. I think Kushla's dead now. That's my account, Super Kushla. Thanks for telling us that, Diane. You will also need a 6-digit transaction PIN. Make a note of all, and we'll keep blah, blah. If you can do all of this by 7, we can have a 3-way Zoom call with Ronelle and get you set up. 7. I said, yikes, I'll try. Even that felt, it's pressure, it's pressure. I worked for a pyramid scheme once, which was, oh, what was it called? Begins with an H. It was for weight loss. Anyway, I fled after about a month or 2. It was just a nightmare. I don't like pyramid schemes. My headmaster was right. Anyway, I'll remember it later. It's a weight loss thing, pyramid scheme. And I said, maybe you can get online with me at 6:30 and hold my hand. I'm not hiding behind ADHD, but detail and application is a weak point for me and has cost me a lot of missed opportunities. She says, yes, I'll walk you through. Then we send the Zoom link. Ronelle Hepburn, and then he sent his own Zoom link, which is interesting. He likes to be in charge. And then I get Diane saying, this is our meeting for 11:30 today with Ronelle. He said that if you transfer the money to his account beforehand, he'll be able to set you up in a couple of minutes when we have the meeting. We'll forward his details and the amount in euros. Now I'm going to stop there. I don't want to give his account details away. I'll just stop sharing screen till I can go past that. Right, so we'll just go past that. Yeah, I didn't share his details. Right, now I'll share screen again. Where have I gone? I just stopped sharing. Oh, there I am. Share screen. This is tedious, but it's evidence. And if it needs to be evidence for a court, so be it, you know. And what's this? Yeah. Yeah, we could, yeah, because the other one froze, didn't it? Let's see if it's unfrozen yet. No, I'll go out of that. We'll just keep going on this small one. Right, let me know when you're ready. The memberships are all in US dollars, but you would need to send the euro equivalent to Ronelle. Let me just check what he said that was. Hang on. 1,668 euros. It's interesting now because the dollar is pretty much on a par with euros. And Ronelle always made sure you sent enough to cover any fluctuation in the conversion rate and any fees. Because I asked once, wow, what's that fee? And she's always, he's just covering himself. So I said, is he in the UK? Yes, he lives 5 miles from me. And then I said, the IBAN's showing up as invalid. And she only entered half of it. I copy pasted what you sent to me. And she said, I have this. Do you have PayPal? And then that meeting got abandoned because I hadn't transferred. So then the next day or whenever, 7th of May, 2021, is it possible to transfer in sterling or dollars? So I said, I'll check tomorrow. I've been awake since 3 a.m. And then I said, my son has PayPal, I'll do it through him. Now, interesting, when Diane said she would do a refund of our investments, I asked her to do it to Jamie's PayPal, which was the source of the investments. And she said no, flat out said no, and insisted on pretending she was going to do a bank-to-bank transfer, sent me a photograph of her bank saying it was shut, sent Jamie a document allegedly proving the transfer had been done, which it had not. So fraud, we're talking fraud, people. And I said, I've gone back to the $1,000 comfort zone, but if you send me that, because they were trying to push me up to $2,000 already, and I just said, look, I'm not comfortable with that. So I said, send me an email for PayPal. Jamie can do it now. So we got renalh@gmail.com. And here we have the proof. You sent $1,000 to Renal Hepburn. And we are taking steps to see if PayPal can do anything about this. So, hi, lovely. See the grooming. Renal's refunded the $1,000 back to Jamie's account because it wasn't marked as friends and family. So PayPal had charged you $50 in fees. So Renal's refunded you and said that we'll sort this after the lunchtime presentation today. So that was a hiccup. Jamie had to resend it, marking it friends and family. How is being recruited into a pyramid scheme friends and family? And I say right back then in May 2021, I hope when I go to draw down cash, it won't be complicated. Anyway, I just said coming from Jamie, you know, whose birth name is actually Seamus. Anyway, so for the next hour or two. Anyway, she'd resend it as friends and family. And I said, as long as when I want to draw down money, it doesn't go into Jamie's account because Jamie made the original deposit. No, it shouldn't affect things. Once you've purchased your membership, you'll be transferring from the crypto space and back to your bank account or onto Hyperpay. That never happened. May 21, May 22, a year and 3 months, never, ever was able to withdraw. What time would a Zoom meeting? I need to know 100% that my original membership source will not impact my potential withdrawals. I'm not quite following. Then I said, it's the Sabbath. I don't want to talk money on the Sabbath. Okay. Probably just religious superstition. I just wish I could bank transfer to your friend with an IBAN that works. So I was getting frustrated. So she says the $1,000's been refunded to Jamie. Now get him to send it again, marked friends and family. As long as I know drawdowns in the future will not be affected. Yeah, because Jamie and myself and Josh tried to buy Bitcoin when it was $2,500. And because Jamie's birth certificate name is Seamus, it wouldn't let us validate the account. It was a mess. It's a shame, but there you go. Right, the membership's in your name. I opened an account for my brother. That's illegal. According to pyramid scheme, multi-level marketing. Sorry to say that. So here again, here's the receipt from PayPal. You sent $1,000 to Renal Hepburn. And then she's Renal's training. Okay. And then Renal sends a Zoom meeting invite. And then Diane says, are you clear what you're doing? And then I said I can connect around 4 or 6. Let's make it 6. Do you want me to send you a link? Right. And then there's a link. Can we zoom at the weekend so you can show me how to rebuy, please? This is me to Diane. How is your how is your drawing down of funds going? I see crypto had a massive dive, not for the faint-hearted. And then Diane says, great minds think alike. I had an early night, but just before I went to bed, I saw that you had not done a rebuy. Although I knew that you would be eligible to do one by now. Eligible? This is putting more money into the bottomless pit that never released one single reward in a year and 3 months. Eligible. This is all part of the grooming, the hype. You're eligible to do a rebuy, which means invest more. I resolved to contact you today to show you how to do one. We are protected somewhat from the ups and downs of the crypto market because this is a more stable project. Crypto per se has always been a bit like the wild, wild west. I'm just waiting for my WHO registration to be approved. Then it's all systems go for drawdown. She goes on to tell me that she eventually, between what she invested on behalf of her brother and herself, invested 6,000, drew down 14 instantly, played with the remaining 70 grand and turned it into 200. All of this is illegal to do without presenting documented evidence. So we set another time to talk and she just sleeps through it. Just got, no, she says, I'm so sorry, I got lost in the woods for 2 hours. Can you give me an hour? Then I can help you with your rebuys. So I said, I'm without my PC for 3 days. She says, you around? Did you get your PC fixed? Do you want me to show you how to do the rebuys? Because she's making 20% off every reward I get. And then wants me to reinvest it in the club that never released and swallowed up thousands and thousands of dollars from 2 disabled people who said from the get-go, this is not our forte, we're trusting you. Wow. All right, so I said, can you connect now? I'm out at the country park to meet my friend. Right. Okay. I said, can you help me do an urgent rebuy, please? I'm not remembering the steps and I'm down to 550 in my rewards. Oh, I read it wrong. I still have 3,000 something, but only 550 in rewards at the moment. I need to wait until 50 or 100, right? She says, yes, you can only do a rebuy when your rewards line is showing 50. Well, they've changed that now to 125 or God knows what now. Would you like me to walk you through it again? Yeah, and I said, I'll write it down. I presume crypto is still in an artificially orchestrated nosedive. And she says, no, not all of it is. So we set up, I can do it now. I said, this is my most exhausted. That was sometime, like, that was late in the evening and I was just exhausted. I said, this is my most exhausted time of the day. I'm in bed with tuna salad. All right, she says tomorrow then. So at 9 a.m. Goodness me, pressure. So I said, no, I'm not functioning by 9 a.m. I've got arthritis, I'm disabled. And then she says, hey there, sorry, I'm a bit late. I've just done a 4-mile work with the dogs. Do you want to do your rebuys? So I said, it's not really urgent because there's only 550 in my rewards. And then what's on your rewards line, your account, blah, blah. Zoom. I said, when you say you drew down your original investment, do you mean $500, which is what she started off at? She said, yes. Now, this is evidence and this is illegal. And the 5,000 I used to set up another account. And the 500 with which I set up my brother's account. Everything I'm drawing down now is literally free money. So this is on the 18th of June, 2021. She's drawing me in deeper by telling me she invested $500. Then she set up another account, which I'm sure is illegal in pyramid schemes, with $5,000. Then she set up another account for her brother, which is illegal, for $500, and then recruited myself and Jamie and goodness knows who else since then. Wow. So she's saying she's drawing down the whole lot, and then she's playing with free money. And she says, I'm still getting 500 per day, which is tripled if I rebuy. All illegal recruitment tactics. And I said, my rebuy is very slow because in the middle of a slump, but so excited for you. Have you paid off your mortgage? You've suffered financial pressure for so long. I'm so glad I don't have a mortgage. She says, no, not paid off my mortgage yet, but planning to do that. Excellent. See, I rejoice for people, but I was being seduced. And I do believe she made a couple $100,000 in this, but blocked myself and Jamie when we made nothing and lost thousands. So I said, can you help me to do a rebuy again? I'm so sorry. I tried the steps. I wrote them down last time and it did not work. I said, I tried again and then I managed it. And then she's catch up soon. Now this might be enough for part one, but I need to leave the computer on. I just dox my address again then, but who cares? And then I'm getting seduced with her story of how she invested $6,000 and was able to draw it all down. In fact, she says she drew down 14 grand and was playing with the remaining 70 and turned it into, she said she made 90,000 on one trade. So anyway, I said, I'm thinking of investing another $1,000 and Jamie is also up for 1,000, but I'm thinking to just let him invest through mine and work it on a 1/3, 2/3 basis. I'm a bit concerned they've made it more complicated to withdraw funds. Maybe we could chat with Ronelle on a 3-way Zoom about that. I appreciate your prayers and advice. Then she says, if you let Jamie have his own account under you, it means that you'll get 20% of his daily rewards. Here we go with the pyramid scheme. I'm not sure what you mean about it being more difficult to draw funds back to your account. I know that Binance have stopped faster payments temporarily, but there are other platforms such as Kraken. I'm happy to set up a 3-way Zoom with Ronelle. See, I was getting red flags and ignoring them. So I said, okay, my headmaster advised against pyramid schemes in 1970. Now listen to this. It's not a pyramid scheme. This is the same business model used by Avon, Herbalife. That's the one I was with and I left after 2 months, and many others. Did your headmaster enjoy being a serf? Wow. Call it multi-level marketing. You know, whatever. It's a pyramid scheme. So I said, when one person gets a share of a person beneath them, that is technically pyramid selling. I am not attacking anyone, just wrestling with myself. My headmaster also advised against advertising in 1970. I think he was familiar with social engineering and possibly even a Freemason in the know. I sold Herbalife for a while and got seduced by one of its top millionaires back in the day. I believe the Bible about the end time transfer of wealth. Anyway, I said about if I'd taken mortgages, I could have made a lot of money. You can make money in this beast system, but it's a beast system. And she says, oh, your headmaster was saying know your place and allow business owners and wealthy families to earn off the backs of others whilst paying subsistence wages and don't have any aspirations yourself. Pyramid schemes have sure been advantageous to the elite of the last 4 millennia, eh? He probably was a Freemason. So then Diane says a curious thing. She doesn't have PayPal. Hi, I don't have PayPal. That's curious to me. And she says, I can do bank-to-bank transfers. So I said, all right, I sorted it. And she's talking about health stuff. Then I thought I had COVID and I want to get ivermectin. The pharmacist said it was a horse treatment. And then I just prayed because she always seemed to show up as my prayer partner. Saying my original Bitcoin wallet has 10,000 plus euros in it. Okay, I'll let Renelle know. Ask Jamie to choose a username, password, and a 6-digit blah, blah. I'll open a membership for him under you, and we can fund it at a later date. Ay. Renelle sends a Zoom link invitation. Blah, blah. And Renelle sends another Zoom link. And then she's giving all the instructions for Jamie. And how for me to bring Jamie in under my, oh, God in heaven. And there is, when people, particularly disabled or elderly, older people get scammed, there's a huge part of going through blaming oneself for being stupid. But the truth is, there are crooks out there ready to groom people into Ponzi schemes. Right, I think this is enough for, you want to put his Diane's line. I'll finish on this one and we'll do a part 2 tomorrow. You want to put another 1,000 in and Jamie wants to put 1,000 in. I have to let Renelle know because he needs to tell us how much to send with fees, etc. Diane. You will then need to transfer to his PayPal account and he will get it onto the blockchain and into yours and Jamie's accounts. If you then send me a Zoom link, I'll talk you through getting your money off your deposit line and into your main account. And Jamie started with 1,000 and put another 1,000 in, or he put another 500 in, and then his fiance put 500 in. It's just, I'm just horrified. Should he send 2,000 as one payment? He will send his PayPal details. I don't know what the fee will be to do the exchange. That's Renelle's PayPal address, which we are going to be complaining to. renelleh@gmail.com. 1,748.69 euro or $2,000. I said, I'm really poorly, but I'll get the transfer done. She said, did you go to the hospital? Have you contacted your GP? I was really, really ill. I said, Jamie's got to verify his PayPal to send 2,000. He's doing it now. It's very difficult being visually impaired, but he will persevere. My chest is rattling like a steam chain. I will not get a C test, and any hospital admission would entail one. And we talked C, 1984. And she gives me medical advice because she says she's a medical doctor and a consultant in a hospital in the Midlands, I think it is, or it might be near Worcester, an hour from Worcester. I'm not sure where, because interestingly, as a friend of 7 years, she never gave me her address. But Sue Helen Oakley, if you still follow my work, you have her address. Please feel free to contact me. Pneumonia. I'm just talking about how ill I am. I said, no, I'm a bit naive. I know you're a doctor and I love you, but I've lost faith in the medical profession and big pharma. This is not all pneumonia is due to COVID. Anyway, we're going back about that stuff. Just rattling about. Just see if I can, you know, blaming myself for cigarettes. And then 2nd of August 2021. Hi there. Did Jamie manage to send the money as Ronell says it hasn't come through yet? So I said, not yet. PayPal are making him validate his account with passport, etc. Said he needed to do so to raise his transaction limit. Might take a day or two. And then I said, Jamie's still not validated with PayPal. We'll resolve today. Jamie sent his $1,000 to Ronell. His account has still not been validated for sending more, so he will try to send my 1,000 tomorrow or Saturday. Please confirm receipt. And we'll end for this time. For this part 1, you sent $1,000 to Ronell Hepburn. And Jamie texted Ronell. Jamie's on pay. Jamie's disabled, I'm disabled. And we made it clear from the beginning that we were doing this on trust and we were going to be passive. I'll just try and end on the second $1,000 payment. Here we go. Here it is. Look. You sent. It's very small. Not $1,000 anyway. Ronell has your money and needs to know where to send it once the membership is purchased. Hope you're feeling better. Right, I'm going to leave the computer on and pick this up with a part 2. I'm also working on a project connected to Anglesey. But this is a good start today. And my first step is just like with the Kenya project to release the messages. And my next step will be to release video footage and photographs and find if this person has given me a fake name, if they've scammed anybody else, and if they can be located and reported.